Hi there, thanks for clicking on Hey Melissa Crochets. Today I am going to be twisting together some vintage yarns that I recently purchased. A lot of them are quite thin for like what I use. So I have a Vintage Daruma home twister. I bought it off Facebook Marketplace. I haven't used the twisting feature yet, so today's going to be an adventure. So you can use it as a winder or you can use it as a twister. I've used it as a winder so far. So here's the mechanism. I love the pink, it's so pretty. So it looks basically like a yarn winder. So I'm gonna fasten it to my table here. I apologize for the angle. The table I use for this is very shallow. This Daruma was basically brand new in box. The lady that sold it on Marketplace said it was from her mother's place, and then she was going to use it for her makes, but she never ended up using it, so she sold it. And then I bought it. And the instructions are pretty vintage and cool looking. I always like when they use like different fonts, because everything now is like Tacoma or Times New Roman. Out of the box. Now I know this is different than this one here. This one I used for winding, so I'm assuming this one's for twisting. Gonna move that. It's inserted in here. I'm thinking. Gotta figure out how to tighten it. Okay, these look pretty similar at the bottom here. As I said, I've never done this before. So, let's see. Rotary guide, rotary disc. Wondering if this has to stay on. Because it needs to have a disc. Oh, this has to go to the top. Okay, maybe that'll do it. There we go. I always forget this little push latch right here, this little plate. Okay, so that should do it. That I don't need now. And of course, we need the bobbin. Oh, maybe I do need that piece. And then the bobbin. There we go. I'm wondering if this originally came off a different twister because it does not match any of the colors. So maybe she just threw it in there. Or maybe it just was never used. This is the other piece that came with it. As you can see, it's a bit more yellow, like the plate here from age. But this one is pure white. Okay. So looking at the path, I have to put it up through the distal arm up here, which you can't really see on camera. See if I can move it. Okay, so you can kind of see it right here. Okay, go through that, and then it has to go up here. And then into the top, I don't even know what to call that, the little slit. Okay, so I'm just gonna, it says you can do up to 3 yarns. Honestly, you probably could do like more, but I'm just gonna do 2 and see how it goes. Now I have to decide on colors. And of course, now my neighbor is mowing his lawn. So I apologize if you can hear that, but not much I can do about it. Okay, so I grabbed 2 pinks, a light pink and a dark pink. And like these are yarns that I bought like vintage, or they came in like an estate sale that I had purchased. Please watch that video too. And I put them into cakes already. So I am going to, because there's no opening on this, I think I might just have to feed it through. it's not saying we're using the guide down here. So I'm just going to feed these through. And then it says to go over top into this one. Put in there. Okay, I'm hoping that does it. Hopefully they don't come flying out of the guide there. Okay, well clearly that's not correct. This is not doing nothing. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, and then 3. The left twisting and right twisting. Yarn rack number 3. Hold the yarns lightly in your left hand. Release yarn equally as not to lose each of the yarns and mix it up. Okay, it is twisting. Okay, so maybe I just need to do it more. So it is twisting. You can kind of see it here. Not yet winding though. I have to do it a different way. So I'm untwisting it. Definitely missing a step. I'm surprised it doesn't have to go down through this one down here, like this yarn guide. I was not saying that at all on the instructions. Okay, finally figured it out. I did not have one of the tabs pushed in correctly, and it just wasn't gripping the yarn. And then it started going like this. As you can see, it's not twisted. It's just more like wrapped together. So I think I had my tension too tight. And then the twisted yarn up here was kind of like untwisting because my tension was too tight with my hand. So the instructions do say a loose tension. So I'm assuming that makes a big difference. Because right now it's twisting, so that's nice. I'm going to see if I can keep it going here. Such a strange concept. So you can see here it is twisting. If you look at the strand. It's looking much better than it was. Still twisting on the cake, so that's good. Trying to do a loose tension. This is how I have my hand right now. Before, like, I had my whole fist on it. It looks like it's still twisting pretty good. I do wish it would twist a bit more, like each individual strand, but it might work out fine when I actually pick it up and use it. I guess I could do a little test here as well on this video. It's really pretty though. I like the pink and the pink. I'm just gonna lift it off. And then like the last few bits here, as you can see, are not really that twisted, but that's okay. It's because I had to lift it. Okay, it's not as twisted as I want it to be, in all honesty, because you can see in the middle there, like the strands in the middle are very, very twisted. Let's see if I can pull one out. See, that's pretty twisted. And then these on the outside are definitely less twisted. Not very impressed with this little machine, not gonna lie. I mean, it's nice that I'm able to apply these together, but I could easily do that with my stand wood, right? So I really wanted them to be twisted like this so they're easier to work with. That's what happened the first time around as well. So like the beginning of it, I'm just gonna pull it out. It was very twisted here. And then eventually it stops twisting as much. So it's still a little bit twisted, but not as much as I would like for it to be. So I'm going to time lapse myself twisting it again, just to see if I can get a tighter twist further into the cake that we go. Okay, after all of that craziness, I realize that this thing is cracked and broken. And this is the gear that, you know, kind of winds it, twists it, whatever. So I'm going to use some super glue, and hopefully I can dry nicely and I can continue working with this, because this is a great little invention machine thing. So I'm going to give that a try. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Hello again. I know you just seen me a second ago, but it's been a few days. It is now Saturday, May 25th. The super glue worked, so that's very exciting. I did have to scrape off a little bit once it was dry, just because of how much I guess I put on, but so far so good. Everything's solid again, so that's great. I'm super excited. So let's try this again. I have these two. It's a white and like a pale pink. I really want to put together. So pale pink on top, I believe, because color blindness is a bee sometimes. So let's give this a try. I'm gonna thread this. I was gonna say fold it, but no, you're gonna thread this through the outer arm, distal arm, I guess, and then the proximity arm. I do wish that this machine would do like a tighter twist, because like as you can see here, I was playing with this one a little bit. It's okay. Like, it just doesn't look nice. I want it to be like really twisted and like just beautiful. So I wonder if I do it a few times, then like it'll twist more and more each time that I run it through. If I run the same cake, ball, skein, whatever through. So this time I'm going to try a left twist. The last time I tried a right twist and I didn't like it much. So I got to turn it towards the left. So I'm wondering if this is a tighter twist. You can see it really twisting there, close to the camera. It is a cool little device, I will give it that. And it also works as a ball winder, so I'll keep it. Obviously, I'm not going to just toss it or donate it. Plus, it's kind of a piece of history, and it's pink and it's pretty, and I will keep using it. Right now, I'm turning this counterclockwise. Clockwise, it's not enough of a twist. And on the instructions, it does say right twist and a left twist, so there must be a difference. I am holding it very loosely in my hand, kind of like a little OK symbol. Not gripping it too tight like you do with, you know, winding yarn. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. See, it's not really twisting it, it's just plying it together, which is great, but it's supposed to twist it together. Like make it all twisty and pretty. So we're gonna run it through again. I refuse to be one of those channels on YouTube. See, not even twisted. It was like, oh, see, it works perfect every time. Blah, blah, blah. You know, I didn't have to like toy with it. Everything was perfect. No. I promise you that'll never be my channel. It's a promise I will make now, because I don't like those videos myself, because they make me feel inferior. And it's like, well, why isn't it working for me if it worked perfectly for this person, you know, the first time? So if you have a YouTube channel, please post your mistakes as well. It's just not realistic that everything works out the first try, because we all know it didn't. Okay, so I'm going to do left twist again, turning it counterclockwise once again. You can see there, it does look really twisted. And like even here, it looks very, very twisted. If I can show that. Move my camera a bit. As you can see, it does look quite twisted. But then on the cake, not so much. Okay, where was I going? Counterclockwise. It takes my brain in my hands a minute to connect. It's a bit better than last time, but like the skein or cake, whatever we made last time, it's only really twisted in the middle. I wish I could figure out the trick to this machine twisty thingy, because I don't know, I just wish it twisted more. As you can see there in the middle, it's very twisted, but not on the outside. So let's do it again. Maybe a third or fourth time's the charm. Okay, so the fourth time was a bit better. A few strands on the outside aren't really twisted, but that's when it's getting loose at the end of the strands. But it's much more twisted than it was, so maybe fourth time's the charm. I'm gonna run 2 more colors through together, and I'll do it like a few times, but I'm gonna time lapse it so you don't have to sit through that. And maybe it just works better the fourth time, you know, after it's been so twisted and manipulated. It makes sense. It's annoying, but honestly, I don't plan on doing this super often. But when I, you know, hit up thrift stores or go buy a yarn lot or an estate sale, whatever, you do get these yarns that like are so thin, and I don't like working with thin yarns. 4 weight, worsted weight is the thinnest that I will work with. But when it's like a light 3 like this, I'm like, ugh. Okay, after twisting this ball 4 or 5 times, it looks much better. So maybe that's what I'm gonna have to do each time. I have been doing the counterclockwise. I seem to like that more. It seems to create a tighter twist. So I had to remember that counterclockwise. So it looks pretty cool. I did like a blue and a white together. So it's quite nice. I am able to take like the very last, probably 8 inches, whatever this is, 12 inches, and kind of like twist it myself and then put it on the cake, but that's okay. Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's a handy little device. As I said, I don't plan on using it a whole lot, but every once in a while when I get this thin yarn, I need to make it into like a 4 weight or a bulky 5. So pretty cool. I'll do some more time lapses and put it on this video. Okay, so it is working well to do it multiple times. So I've only done this one twice. This one I did clockwise rather than counterclockwise. I wanted to see if there's any difference. Personally, I don't really see one. Turned out pretty good though. I've only done this one twice, so I'll do it 2 more times. These ones I did during the time lapse. That turned out pretty cool. I love the colors together. And this is the same green as this one, but this one obviously is with an orange. So that one turned out really cool. That one I did, I think, 4 or 5 times. So that one looks perfect. Also 4 or 5 times. I'm satisfied with this one. Blue one you've already seen, but again, turned out nice. And then this I'll do 2 more times. So that's all I'm going to film right now because I have to go eat supper and take the puppy dog out of his nap time. Okay, so I've twisted all the yarn that I need to twist, things that are a little bit thinner. I do have 1 ball left that is like still pretty thin. but I'm probably going to donate it to the charity that I support because I have nothing else to put with it. And obviously I'm not just going to throw it in the trash. So the charity that I support, Blankets for Canada, Stratford chapter, they can have this, which is no problem for me at all. So here's everything that I got twisted. This is like a teal and a burgundy together. That same teal I was just holding. It looked pretty good. Something I did end up doing, I was afraid to twist a cake and then twist it again the second time using the outside rather than like the center pull. So I was like, you know what, screw it. If it untangles itself or untwists itself somehow, I can just do it over again. But it worked just fine. So that was nice because what was happening was the outer strands, like the last probably like 4 layers, they weren't twisting very well. So I really wanted to get those twisted. And every time I was doing it from the center pull, the last like 4 layers weren't twisting. And I'm like, oh, I need to solve this. It's driving me crazy. Crazier than normal. So that worked. So that was great. So I think this one I did twice. What's the other one I did? This one here. This is the same teal and a pink together, like a pastel pink. So that one I did the same thing. But before that I was still doing from the center pull, and this one worked really well. This was a bit like a worsted 4 weight. You can see there it's a little bit thick, and then like a really thin like burgundy. So maybe the 2 different weights really worked together. Who knows? Honestly, I don't know. So I think I showed this one yesterday. Really cool. So today's Sunday, May 26th. It looks like a pinwheel from Christmas or something, right? This one you've seen, the blue one, I did that yesterday. Teal and pink or white, I don't remember. And you've seen this one. I love this one, it's so cool. Everything's all fuzzy right now. And this one is hard to tell because the colors are so close together, but there's a pastel pink and a white. Honestly, when they're together, they look like a peach. But that's okay. And then this one was the first one that I did. And not super satisfied with the twist on this one, but I'm not going to retwist it. Just because I don't know if I'm going to end up using these. I mean, like, I'll end up using them for something, but I have no plans right now, like, per se, to be like, oh, I'm going to go use that twisted yarn on XYZ. So that's what I got done. So let's count them. I try to put the bigger cakes at the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do this blindly. 6, 7. This is 7. 8 and 9. So 9 in total. The stack's not gonna stay. 9 in total. So, you know, not so bad. It's better than, you know, I don't want to say wasting the yarn because like when it goes to the charity that I support, that's not a waste. But it's nice to be able to, one, use this cute little contraption, the Daruma home twister. And, you know, it's, you know, something to do on a hot day like today. My puppy dog Larry and I were outside for a bit, and then he was like, it's too hot out here. I need to go lay in the shade. And I was like, I told you this. But of course, he still wanted to go out and test it for himself. Stubborn little turd. But that's okay. So we're inside now, and I'll go out for a bit and work on my tan, get some things photographed for Facebook Marketplace. So throughout the week when I make things, I set them in the back room, my yarn room, in a certain spot. And then on the weekends, if it's nice out, I'm able to go outside and photograph them and hopefully get them listed that week. I still have things that I made in early April that I haven't listed yet because ADHD. Let's put it that way. Yes, I'm a diagnosed person. I'm not one of those persons who's like, you know, like, oh, that's, you know, part of my ADHD. I might have a little bit of ADHD. Don't do that. If you do that, don't do that. Don't do that. Just don't. It discredits those of us who are diagnosed and have to deal with ADHD every second, every minute of every day. Just don't do it. But that being said, thanks for watching this video. I do appreciate it. If you like this video, please give it a like. Apparently that really helps on YouTube. I'm not exactly sure, to be honest with you, but I always like it for other people, in case it does actually help. I don't know. And subscribe to my channel, please. I would really appreciate that. I'm trying to grow it. I do believe I am going to stick with the YouTube channel. I wasn't really sure at first because I lose interest in things, ADHD, but I am really enjoying this, and there's a whole bunch of like content out there that I could take inspiration from, and of course I will always credit the people I take inspiration from. So I would really like to do a color series, kind of what Passionate Kelsey is doing right now. She's doing every color of the rainbow. One video for blue has been out, purple, green, and yellow, I think, so far. I don't remember, but by the time this video comes out on my channel, maybe she'll have more out. So thanks for clicking on this video, and if you made it this far, thank you so much. I hope you have a great day and a great week ahead.